Oh, I first got involved with S.T.A.G.E. I'm so old. I got introduced to S.T.A.G.E. by David Galligan, and as we're talking, I can't remember how David Galligan and I came to know one another, but I have never worked so much for free in LA since I met David Galligan, and he always threatens me with, "You'll never work for free in this town again if you cross me." So, yes, I love him. I first got involved with S.T.A.G.E. I did Bells Are Ringing with Lorenzo Lamas, and he was so sweet, by the way. He's one of the nicest people I've ever met. And then I did that was Bells Are Ringing, and then I did Promises, Promises. And then last year was like a Gershwin theme, and I did a number with the Plaid Boys. Yeah, and this year I'm doing a number from Damn Yankees, which I did on Broadway in 19, and so I'll be reprising that, yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. Well, I first originated Gloria Thorpe and Damn Yankees in, I think, 1994, and I did it with Victor Garber and B.B. Newirth, and it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful, so I'm thrilled that I can actually still do the number, and I'm looking forward to it. I first did it with Rob Marshall, and I believe that, who went on to huge success, which I'm really glad about because he's incredibly talented. He's like scary talented. And I'm doing it with Lee Martino this year, so it's going to be fun. Yeah. I'm supposed to compare David Galligan and Rob Marshall. They're both good in bed. Let's see. Well, they both have huge hearts. They're both incredibly talented, and I'll tell you a talent that Rob Marshall and David Galligan share that is absolutely my favorite talent in a director, is they are able to take whatever the strong suit of the person is they're working with, bring it out and tailor it to them, and I absolutely love that they both do that, and they do that more than any two directors I know. They're also incredibly sardonic and funny, which I love. They're filled with a slight amount of self-loathing, which I identify with, so I'm just saying. Well, he did a beautiful thing. We were doing the finale last year, and so he wrote a piece where there were, I think, 3 or 4 different kinds of couples. So there was a heterosexual couple, there were 2 men, there were 2 women, and it was absolutely beautiful. I think it was the most touching thing. I still get comments about that from the audience because it really rang true that we all need to have the right to be married and to get those benefits that partners have in times of, you know, hospitalization and just in life. I mean, I'm sorry, I think it's tragic that 2 people cannot marry when they love one another or adopt in this day and age. I just find it absolutely archaic and horrible. Oh, well, I mean, S.T.A.G.E. gave me the chance to meet my husband, to meet Lorenzo Lamas, and to dance with him. Yes, Philip and I did it. Philip is my husband. I got married at 48. I had never been married. I like to call him, I mean, he's my kind of gay, straight husband, because I never met a straight man that, you know, loved musical theater as much as I did, and knew all the same people, and had a passion for it, and so it's a fantastic life. I mean, I feel like I met my best friend. I got to marry him, so very cool. You know, there's a tiny community in LA that do theater, that are sort of the transplanted New York theater people, and they're the A-list that are in LA. And so by doing S.T.A.G.E., I get to meet those people, work with them, and I've created a little family. You know, we sort of stick together, we hover together here in LA when we do theater, because it's a tiny little community and we're really passionate about it. So it's given me a second family, really, doing S.T.A.G.E. in LA. Yeah. I would love it if S.T.A.G.E., you know, took place all over the country and that it was sort of world known. That's my wish for S.T.A.G.E. Along the way, sometimes we forget why we're doing it, and we get, you know, we work really hard, we rehearse the numbers, and then, you know, when you're face to face with why we're there, which is, you know, the disease of AIDS, I'm always amazed year after year how touched I am by the people who sort of courageously walk that walk, and there's so much more that we need to do in that area. We're making strides, but you know, S.T.A.G.E. is world class, and I hope that one day it will be a world class organization because it deserves to be. And, you know, it's the face of AIDS, really, and AIDS research and AIDS awareness, and I think it's growing, ever growing, and I want it to be really, really huge. I'd love it to be televised, you know. I want it out there so that it can raise more money than it raises. We raise a lot and we do a great amount, but I would love it to be even bigger, yeah, and ever far-reaching.